If I was to tell you we planned to build a railway through this pristine countryside, you would probably protest, and 160 years ago they did. But we built this anyway. This is the story of the Monsul Trail and England's most famous NIMBY. Probably. In the 1860s, the public didn't want it built. They thought it would be an eyesore. But in the 1970s, when it became disused and the railway wanted to blow up the viaduct and fill in the tunnels, the public now wanted it to stay. And it's now a Grade 2 listed site and 9 miles of car-free cycle and pedestrian access, which is kind of cool. Now, it wasn't just violence against nature and building railways. Behind me, just here, are the Crestbrook and Litton cotton mills, which were pre the railway, but also part of the Industrial Revolution. And one of the reasons this area is quite rich, it was a 15-hour-a-day job. It had an incredibly high mortality rate. And the workforce were mainly 7 to 9-year-olds taken from the slums of London, and many of them died. But one of them made it out, and he wrote a memoir, which became the basis of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. I'm not sure that's a happy ending, but an ending. Behind me is the Headstone Tunnel. That is the bribe that Midland Railway gave to Ruskin, so that they didn't have to mess up his land. They dug a 500-metre long tunnel through one of the hills. That way they didn't have to leave a massive cutting, and they didn't have to follow the riverbed either. But it did mean they had to build that wonderful viaduct. We will go through it in a second, but it's like entering another world. Now, the weirdest thing about this tunnel at the moment, in the modern day, isn't that it exists. That's pretty awesome. But you can see how dark it is. And the lights are on. Well, at dusk they turn the lights off. They don't close the tunnel. So you don't want to be here at dusk.